tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chunk, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Good morning, stackers. Is the crypto low in? Gold is holding so well, new all-time highs. Silver at nice levels too. That is really just holding itself. Crypto dump in the last 24 hours. Over 2 billion of leverage longs out of the market, but then we've seen possibly the low and then rip all the way back up. And I'm a little bit, I've got an issue today. I've got to talk about that too. So a whole bunch of different things. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, geez, man, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers with me, Joe Main. But in the first 1 minute of the show, we do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together wherever you are on the world. We're in the world, live on YouTube or live on X. And it is the honor system. You must do it audibly. Here we go. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, slurp your bevies. Here we go. Great to see you. We'll get to the live look at everything. Gold, silver, platinum. Ooh, platinum. Crypto as well. We'll talk about all of it in the next sort of 1 or 2 minutes. Of course, who the hell am I? Well, I'm Joe Main. I've been a precious metals stacker since 2010. I've been a stacker of crypto since 2013, and I've worked in the precious metals industry, the retail bullion industry. So Goldstackers, Bullion Now, Ainslie Bullion, all those major bullion dealers in Australia over the last 11, 12 years. And now I do this week daily live show. I also help you. I hope you launch and grow on YouTube and other social media for your business or your personal brand. Kind of the same thing, really, your personal brand and your business, because if you're starting a business in 2025, one of the best ways to do it is to build your personal brand. That's the new wave. That's how it's going. So if you're the CEO of a company or the owner of a new company, you really want to build your personal brand as well. I'll help you do that and launch and grow on YouTube and other social media. So hit me up with an email, gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com. Tell me about your business. I'll say, hey, can I help you? I have a 10-week one-on-one YouTube blueprint course, okay, where I give you all the skills of how to create consistently engaging content, okay? Now, whether that's for YouTube or if another social media platform is better for your business, we'll figure out which one is better, or we might pair a couple together, okay? Lots of different ways you can skin said cat. So, and of course, it's not going to be free. I will charge you money because I'm a dirty, greedy capitalist, but the first initial consultation is completely free. gmstackers@gmail.com. Send me an email about that. You want to send me an email with anything to do with precious metals or something that you've seen in the news that you'd like me to talk about, any shout outs, Do you have any show and tell? Do you have any lovely subscriber show and tell that I can show to the wonderful people, like this beautiful silver coin right here, of course. Been a silver stacker since 2010. Yeah, so let me know. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to check that we are all up and running and still going. I think we are. Get your comments in right now, and I will give you shout outs aplenty. Bear with me one moment. I'm just going to see if that is working. Should I mute that? Yeah, I'll mute that. Mute. Where's the button? Geez, Joe. No, there's that way. There we go. Yeah, and we are rolling along as well. This is fantastic. So my wonderful people, let's get straight into it and hit the like button as well. It helps me with the algorithm. And if you're watching this on X, unfortunately, you can't take part in the chat. Okay, if you want to take part in a live chat, give me some chart requests, just talk amongst yourselves with other crypto or precious metals people, and I'm trying to bring these two worlds together. You have much more in common than you think you do. Then head over to the YouTube channel. Okay, so if you're watching on X right now, go to my profile, click the link to my YouTube channel in my profile, in my bio, and go over to there and port over there, and then you can join the amazing live chat as well. Okay, my funky people. Any quick little shout outs before we start? Knackers O'Reilly was the first one up on board. GMS looks like the crypto dump has eased up and the market's starting to regain those losses. A lot of panic selling. Yes, it was. We will talk about that soon-ish. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you, my friend. Let's talk about it. What shall we do first? Normally I'll do precious metals. We'll go through the precious metals very quickly. Probably not a lot to talk about with the precious metals. They are really holding up incredibly well. And then we shall talk about the crypto dump, and also my issue. I have a real, I'm just today. It's just really getting to me today, and I'll talk about that. Two, let's shut the scran and get on with it, shall we? Ignore that, because I'll do that at another time. Let's see. Let's go to gold. Nah, we won't do all this yet. We'll go to gold as per usual. We always start off with real money, people. Here is real money. This is gold. On the daily time frame, priced in USD, $2,814 US. It's just like a broken record. Another brand new all-time high for gold. Okay, cool. Obviously to do with, trade wars and potential, instability in the markets, and people go, oh, yes, please, I will take a flight to safety. And we've certainly seen that. Now, out of interest, I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong and I was right. I was wrong and right. So here's what I was wrong about. We had spiked to, yesterday we'd spiked to that 2815 level. And I was more confident that we would see a red, 1 or 2 red days. Now, I said red day, so we closed the day red. So I thought we'd close the next 1 or 2 days red. And I did mention this level right here of, what's that? $2,773, $74, $75, give or take, a couple of bucks. Why was that? Because just from, where are we? I'll go back to the daily. Just between here and here, it was the 0.786 Fibonacci. So just really quickly, just giving you a quick little thing here. Between that high, that's really intraday high, just this high and this low, it was the 0.786 level. And I said very clearly, if you remember, I think we're going to see 1 or 2 red days coming. Okay, now I was wrong about that part, but I said, and what I would want to see is a bounce no lower than the 0.786 at around about $2,775 US. Well, on the daily time frame, and I can show you on the 4-hour, on the 4-hour, we had a move right back down smack to that $2,775 level. So that was pretty on point, okay? And that's a beautiful spike down. Now, what I didn't expect, and maybe I just should have kept more on top of, macroeconomic stuff, is that the trade wars, I should have factored that in, but hindsight's 2020. But we closed green for the day, and actually we closed with a new all-time high in gold. So technically, $2,830 US per troy ounce paper price, not factoring in buying gold from a bullion dealer and paying premiums and all that kind of stuff. Okay, if you can buy gold at spot price, like brand new gold at spot price, you're doing very, very well. That's just usually not a thing. But we saw that move down to there. That was a good call. Didn't think this was going to happen, but hey, great to see. Gold $2,830 from here. I don't know. And neither do you. But we can spitball for a second. We are on the daily. We're starting to creep into extremely overvalued, but you can spend a lot of time there. On the 4 hour, hovering. Right. So just been going in and out for the last, going back all the way to, this is the start of January. Okay, so the start of the year, we've just been creeping in and out of extremely overvalued on the 4 hour time frame, and yet to get into really to go past halfway into extremely undervalued. Okay, so that's quite bullish, and that's why you're seeing that beautiful kind of staircase thing for gold. But we haven't gone into extremely overvalued either, so this staircase could continue. I will continue to say though, these large spikes, not preferable, okay, because sellers taking a lot of profits here. At some point, obviously, you're going to have a dump, but we have been talking about this next sort of major level here, and I'll get rid of that for you, around about your $3,000 to $3,200 psychological value for gold, because we are now in price discovery for gold. There's one other thing I would like to make mention, and give me 1 second. If I can find the 1980s Fibonacci, that's the 2011 one. Let me find my 1980s one. Do I have one? I think I put it in. There we go, 1980s Fib. Just keep in mind this one right here. Could be completely wrong, right? But it's around about, it's close enough. It's like 2,890. So it's close enough to your $3,000 kind of psychological value. So that's, it's a $100 difference. Sorry, is it? Yeah, it's about $100 difference. So this is the Fibonacci. You like it better when I don't wear glasses, don't you? Sexy man. Let me get rid of that and that. I don't need you. Why do I need you? I don't need you. I need the Moatl, and I don't need that horizontal line, and I don't need that horizontal line. Why is it even in there? Go away. I can't see where you even are. Oh, you're screwing with me. Okay, so go away. Don't need you. All right. Mother of all trend lines. Here we go. Beautiful move. Now, this is the Fibonacci. If this is going to do it for me, is it going to show all the information, or am I buffering? No, I should be right. Okay. The previous old high, the old high of the 1980s at around about $875. The old lows of the late 90s, early 2000s of $250. Imagine buying back then. Okay. And then this formed these Fibonacci lines. Now, these are the extensions from this and this. What you have here is the 2.618. That's at $1,890. And in 2011, we peaked basically there. Okay. You can call that. That's where we peaked, right? Is this still a thing? Okay, after this peak and this massive retracement, is the 1980s Fibonacci still a thing? I don't know. But I am going to keep it in the back of my mind. So you do have the 4.236 here, extension from the old highs and the old lows, and that's at the 2,800, and it's at $2,900. Okay, now that's probably close enough to the 3,000 to 3,200 sort of psychological value, 3,000 to 3,200 value. Okay, close enough for jazz. Just watch out for 2,900 maybe in the back of your mind, but probably more so that we do this, as we've been talking about, have a decent breakout and then a decent retest, and that's what you really want to see. And then you want that to hold, the mother of all trend lines, and then that is incredibly good for gold, as we've been talking about in the years and years coming. Okay, 5-10 years from now, gold will be $8,000 to $10,000 per ounce, possibly even more. You never know, depending on where the world is going. But it's looking very, very good for gold holders. Gold has been holding absolute rock steady. Okay, so looking good. Yeah, not expecting a dump. But if you do, you would want to hold the mother of all trend lines here. So yeah, you don't want to do that. Not good. You'd want to do that, please. Okay, cool. That's all you need to know. That is gold. Let's take a look at silver. Back over. Let's take a look at silver. Back over the $31 threshold. Although, here's what I talked about yesterday, and I should probably get rid of it. I will get rid of it, actually. Let me just double check that I am completely streaming and everything is all good. I think I am, as far as I'm aware. We will be talking about crypto and Bitcoin and the big dump and all that kind of stuff. That not good. You'd want to do that, please. Why am I not just... Cool. There you go. Mute it, you son of a bee. Yeah, we are all fantastic. Good. So here is silver on the weekly time frame, priced in US dollars, $31.50 US cents, so which is fantastic to see. Let me move the relative strength index up. Relative strength index is trending up, so that's good news. We're not above this downtrend line though, so yeah, not out of the woods just yet. We're also not above the $32.50 level, okay, which is very key. Now, I had been talking about this as potentially being a head and shoulders. Talked about it yesterday and then updated it saying, yeah, probably not again, because this really isn't a matching, that's not a matching neckline at all. And I realized pretty quickly after, and other people pointed it out too, so that's fair enough. And for it to be a head and shoulders, this side would have to creep up much higher and be like a sloping head and shoulders. So you'd have to come up to somewhere like $33.70 and then tick over, and that could be a sloping head and shoulders. But yeah, no, probably not. So look, looking pretty good. So I will get rid of that for the moment. You never know though, but probably not. Cool. So I'll get rid of that. So look, while we're above 31 US dollars, fantastic. Final hurdle, $32.50. Great. So we're above there. Good. Everything else. So at this stage, it's like a 50-50 if we see the best buy zone hit 28 to 26. You never know. Okay. After we hit, we could have a massive move, a massive run in silver all the way up to, say, $38.50, or all the way back up to the previous all-time high. And then we see a big move because, as a lot of us believe, some kind of big recessionary economic downturn event is coming either this year, very likely this year, with the potential for next year, but it's coming very, very soon. Okay, soon in, years' time, kind of roughly. And then that would mean everything is dumping at the same time. So you can have a move up, and you can have a move up in silver to complete the cup and handle. Okay, so this is the massive cup. Cool. Don't want to repeat myself. Cup, handle, massive cup and handle. And then let me go back to the weekly. Weekly. What are you doing? There you go. You're not going to do it for me. That's fine. You can come up to the 38 to 50 area, somewhere between here and here. Big recessionary event happens, some kind of economic thing. Everything has a big dump. Okay, so that's a big cup, that 44-year one going all the way back there. This is this is the handle of the cup, but this is the cup within itself. Okay, so then you can have that and then come back down to test these kind of $32.50 kind of areas. Maybe a spike even down to the $28 level, probably not, but just bear all of that in mind. We just got to clear over $32.50, and then we'll talk about the higher prices, watching out for $38.50 as the next major level. That is silver, looking fine, while we're over $31.50. Platinum's still doing its thing. Now, I didn't think it would get so close to the apex of this symmetrical triangle pattern right here. This is the one. Well, there's a couple actually. It's this one here. Excuse me, from February of 2021, going through these areas here, and the COVID low of March of 2020 going through there. Okay, that and that. I didn't think it would get so close to that apex. I was talking more around about here in your sort of September, October kind of area, where I thought we would have made its decision. Now, this is why I got so excited. We got into the what I previously called the excited zone here, and I thought, wow, we never get to usually to the absolute apex, the absolute corner of a symmetrical triangle pattern, so it's got to make its move eventually. It started making its move out of here. I went, ooh, yeah, I'm getting excited for platinum. And you remember back then I was like a little bit overexcited, and then dump. Okay, so it looks like it's really coming to a head now. Okay, we will be making a big decision really, really soon in the next few weeks. Okay, very likely no later than about the end of March. Okay, we will be making its decision. Now, the good thing is we have closed last week above the major downtrend line from February of 2008. the thick yellow line. We have done it a bunch of times before. Okay, so it has faked me out many, many times, like Lucy and the football for the Charlie Brown reference. Okay, that's the monthly time frame. Now, here on the monthly, here's, I guess, a positive. We closed above that trend line. Okay, sure. Again, we did it here. We did it here. We did it here. We did it here. Had to move, and it faked us out. Did it here. Okay, had to move, faked us out. Did it here. Had to move, faked us out. It can certainly do it again. What I need to see is obviously closing above at least here now. So now, instead of calling this my getting excited area, I'm calling it my cautiously excited area. I'm cautiously optimistic in here, and then above here, this is what we're going to see. So it's got to crack above, do that, and then onwards and upwards. And as you all know, and if you don't know, for my crypto people watching, platinum is a sleeper. Okay, precious metals will be going through a massive bull run. Okay, as you know, crypto has its seasons. Okay, and the seasons are usually a 4-year cycle. Okay, when a precious metals run is going, it ain't just 4 years. Okay, it goes for a decade or longer. So you've got a lot of time to have a think about moving some of your portions of your crypto winnings into precious metals. Gold, silver, and platinum will be one of them. For me personally, when we close above $1,115 on a monthly time frame, okay, got to close a month above it, okay, not spike and then close below, not close at, close above. So call it 1,120, whatever. That signals to me bull, go time for platinum, okay, absolutely. And then we'd talk about higher prices from there. So yeah, that's platinum. Cautiously optimistic at the moment. Gold to silver ratio, still doing its thing. Haven't got a lot to talk about. The Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Finding a bottoming range. We just spiked down to, because of trade wars and all that kind of stuff, which have now basically stopped. Right here at nearly 60 cents, so a little bit under 61 US cents. What the direction does, I don't know. There's an interesting spike on the monthly time frame, so you could see a higher move. I don't know, but again, as it weakens, it's better for you and me with our US dollar denominated assets. And yeah, that's that. So now we're going to check some comments. That's the precious metals stuff. Check some comments, and then we're going to get into crypto. Question, Joe. How does the overvalued portion of the chart work? As in, what are the fundamentals? What are the fundamentals to say it is over or undervalued? Great question. It is just to do with buying and selling volume, pretty much. So it's not to do with the individual. Like if you're talking about a stock, for example, it's not to do with the individual stock, whether it's overvalued versus its PE ratio or anything like that. It's just you see a whole bunch of buying coming in, and the oscillator goes up to overvalued, and it's more just a measurement of psychology, really. It's just more buyers than sellers, and then it gets into a lot more buyers and sellers when you get into. So, for example, here, go back to gold, for example. We can take that on the daily time frame, for example. You just see it goes through periods of undervalued and overvalued in terms of just buyers and sellers. Okay, that's really all it is. And so you just see sellers are much more in control of the market. There's a lot more selling than buying. That's really all it is. A lot more selling than buying, obviously, because the price is going down. And then, see, here's the thing with the relative strength index and pretty much any technical chart. This is how I see it. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Some bright spark came up with the relative strength index however many years ago, and they came up with their own fancy name for it, and they came up with their reasoning and all that sort of. And then it was probably RSI when it came out. I don't know when that was. I haven't looked at the history of it. When it became a thing, it was probably the new thing in town. Everyone went, oh wow, look at the correlation between this, and you can see all that. That could be the thing that actually, that's the thing that propels it to be the very famous tool that it is. Now, so what I mean by that is this a magic tool right? Or is it just mass psychology going, people believing it's a magic tool, and then they see it get down into extremely overvalued or extremely undervalued. They place their trades accordingly because they believe it's a magic tool, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, which in then, circular, makes it a magic tool. Does that make sense? And what else is a magic tool? Me. I'm a total magic tool. So that's as kind of as best as I can explain it. And I'm sorry if that's not as good as you would like. Next, it is a great question. Neil Hunt, Dynasty. Woo! Buy silver and platinum. And where's your osmium today? Buy silver and platinum. Platinum. Good on you, Neil. Hey, Neil. Yes, exactly. I just said, where's the crystallized osmium? Yeah, I want to know. Okay, so just buying and selling volumes. Thanks. Okay. GMS says, Pete repeat. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, great to have you on the channel. Lots of people watching on X and on YouTube. Again, if you want to take part in the live chat, head over now to the YouTube channel instead. Go to my X bio, click on the YouTube channel link. You'll find the live show right now and watch it. And take part in the live chat if you have any chat requests, or if you want to post a reply to the live show right now on X, I will read your read your reply live online. Let's see. All right, people. Yeah, no. 1 second. I didn't mention them, and I got to. My brand sponsors, Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Buy from them, the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. You know the broken record. They are the best. perthbullion.com.au, best prices. They now do price matching guarantee, okay, with any other major bullion dealer. A couple of caveats there. Just, read the frequently asked questions or go to the YouTube channel, find the price match guarantee video, and you'll see what the deal is with price matching any other major bullion dealer in Australia. They will match it, okay, with a few caveats. And also, don't forget, Perth Bullion Exchange is the only business in Australia, only bullion business that gives you free shipping when you buy over any amount. Okay, no other bullion business does it. You could buy $100,000 worth of gold, and they'll still charge you shipping, right? Any other bullion dealer. And Ricky at Perth Bullion Exchange and we just went, that's mental. Like, I know, and again, if you're buying $100,000 worth, what's $15? What's $20 shipping? Okay, sure, it doesn't really matter. So we get that thing, but psychologically, some people go, I just spent $100,000. You're not going to give me free shipping at the same time? Okay, so, and with Perth Bullion Exchange, you don't have to spend $100,000. All you need is 20 or more items in your shopping cart. You can buy the cheapest thing on the website, which would be like 1/10 ounce silver rounds, right? As long as you've got 20 of those, okay, you're getting instant free shipping. Or you can buy 2 of these, 3 1 ounces, a little bit of gold, a little bit of mix and match. As long as you've got 20 or more items in the shopping cart, instant free shipping Australia-wide. Okay? It's the best. Come on, man. Why wouldn't you? And of course, wealthstack.com. Do you want an amazing unallocated gold program where the gold is held for you in your name? You do own it, but you don't hold the physical thing in your safe at home, buried in the backyard or whatever. But it's backed with real physical metal, 1-to-1 real physical metal. You buy $10,000 of gold, it's backed by $10,000 worth of real physical gold. LBMA registered gold held in storage for you under your name by one of the world's largest gold storage and wholesaling facilities in the world. Okay, and they're LBMA registered, all that good stuff, right? wealthstack.com, Australian owned, Australian operated, Australian regulated. Okay, very important. Crossed all their T's, dotted all their I's. It's a phone app. Download it for Android or iPhone. Okay, it's an easy way to invest in gold. What's coming down the track? Silver you'll be able to do. You'll get a debit card eventually down the track. That's all on the roadmap. Did an interview with the CEO, David Ski, a few months back on the channel. Go check that out. All fantastic. And download it. Again, that's what it looks like. WealthStack, one word. That's the logo. That's the user interface. It's so cool. And you've got to sign up with your ID and all that kind of stuff. It's all above board, full security, all that jazz, okay? Amazing. WealthStack, wealthstack.com. Go away. Why is that doing to me? All right. Let's take a look at the crypto side of things. And I've got to talk about my real, I'm just struggling today. I'm really struggling. I've got to tell you why. I'm so annoyed. It's just, anyway. All right, let's take a quick look. All right, my people. Let's get rid of that, and we'll do that. Holy schlizzballs. Okie dokes, let's do it. Oh my God, crypto. Whew, what a ride in the last 24 hours. Carnage to glory, pretty much, I guess. Nearly over 2 billion of longs liquidated. So people had, leveraged long positions. Basically, they're borrowing money, betting that the price is going to go up. And then after a certain price movement, certain price that it gets down to, they get margin called, okay, or they get liquidated. And if they can't add more to their position, like add more US dollars or whatever it is, then they get liquidated, meaning they just lose it all because it's, hey, you borrowed this, it's gone down to here. Can you top up your account? No. Okay, sell it all. Done. Okay, $2 billion. That's the largest, I believe it is. Largest, I think, before all the other stuff, FTX collapse, all that other stuff. Okay. So this is where we were creeping down. Remember I said yesterday, so yesterday's video was something to do with February market predictions. And I said yesterday, and I didn't predict this. Okay. Well, actually, did I? Did I say that? No, I didn't say that exactly. But what I did say was we liked this downward spike on the daily time frame. That was good because that was a big spike. Then yesterday, we were around about here-ish, I think. Around about there, we're definitely under 100,000. And I said, yeah, look, today, we're not going to close today all the way up here. That's not a big spike. That's more closer down to this trend line. That's more likely to be taken out. And that's what I did say. It's more likely that this is going to be taken out. What I didn't expect is when we opened the day, we did come down to here. We broke there, and that's clearly, and with the trade wars and, against Mexico and Canada and just all that kind of stuff, bit of instability in the market, which is probably really just an excuse anyway, because the market makers are going to try and shake you out as much as they can. If they see a bunch of, it's a giant casino, right? If they see a bunch of long positions, they're going to try and catch all that liquidity, all right? So is it market makers taking down the price? Yeah, quite possibly, right? And then that was a cascade effect, and then you saw all the way down, back down, okay, to that sort of 90,000. It was 91,500, okay? Now, what that saw in the altcoin market is an even more massive move. We'll take a look at others in just a second, and I'm going to tell you about I'm struggling today. I'm really struggling, okay? I gotta be honest, really struggling. And I'll tell you why in a second. But look, here's some good news. That was a massive green spike, okay? We've now closed the day, and we've got 55 minutes until the start of the new trading day, technically. 56 minutes. We're not going to close down here. We're closing probably above $100,000 again. And I think if I pop in my Fibonacci, I think we're going to close above the $101,000 mark. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. From this high, and I'm not including this one here. I'm not including this new all-time higher at 109,000. I'm taking it from here and here, okay? You've got the 0.618 Fibonacci at that $101,000 mark, which I've been talking about, which you can see very clearly, okay? We had spikes down. This is on the daily time frame. Closed above. Spike down, closed above that 0.618, right? Closed, spike, close. Okay, that was good. Then we had a close below. That took it down to there. And gee, what do you know? Where did we find support at on that day yesterday? And I actually don't think I even mentioned this because I didn't realize. Okay, here we go. Let me just take that back. At the 0.382, 96,400 over this left-hand side here, 96,473. That was a huge confluence right there of this downtrend line and right there. Okay. Support level. So this is still in play. Okay, this high and this low, these Fibonacci levels still in play for me personally. You do you. That's whatever. But at 101,000, that's the level I would need to see it hold for today. Okay, preferably. Okay, if you start closing the day in the next 54 minutes, if you close below 101,000, I'd be like, not great. I mean, not preferable. Okay, still probably maybe heading up, but that's a really good sign if you close above the $101,000 mark. Okay, good sign for a move potentially higher. Okay, and my final hurdle for new all-time highs in Bitcoin is when we close any week or month? And I'll give it week. Yeah, I'll give it week for sure. Not days, weeks. Okay, this is the weekly time frame. Good to see us above here. If we close this week above $104,000, $105,000, now that's very obvious to say, isn't it? It's really obvious. Like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. If we close above 100, of course it is, right? But I have found over time, look at these daily spikes, right? Look at this. Couple of spikes, a couple of closes, but then it ticks over. So this is why for me to be ultra conservative, and this is why I'm really struggling today, okay? And I'll show you how I'm really struggling with the altcoin market at the moment. So really for me, it's got to close the week above 104, 105, and that's basically the final like 90% sure signal or 95% sure signal that we will then see even higher prices from here. Okay, and of course, you've got to get over the previous all-time high, but we'd be looking really good. You close the week above 104, 105,000 US dollars. Okay, so far so good. I guess we're not technically out of the woods yet. Yeah. Anyway, that is Bitcoin. For the moment, looking good. Scared the crap out of people. And then we had all those liquidated longs. Apparently now, they're gone. There's no more. People have got extra leverage, more leveraged positions, but it wiped out a bunch of stuff. Okay, so it's kind of like clearing the brush. All right, it's cleared out the fog. And yeah, looking okay here for Bitcoin, but let's be cautiously optimistic. Here's what I want to show you though. This is others. This is the altcoin market. Is this going to come up for me? Let me just double check that I am still coming through live and clear. Let me just double check my stream. And I double check that I am not buffering. And if I'm buffering, I'm going to be really peed off. No, we're good, Joe. Joe was up all night watching the markets. Yeah, exactly right. Hopefully I'm not buffering right now. I don't think I am, although that's taking its sweet A time. Give me 1 minute. I'm about to click over. Give me 1 sec. I think you're going to have buffering for about 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, let's try that. I think I'm probably back now. Is that rocking and rolling for me? Because I've now moved on to the other stream. Or do I need to? No, we're good again. Okay, fantastic. We are still rolling. Great. Here's why I am so annoyed. I'm annoyed at myself, but here we go. Where are we? Yeah. All right, here is others. Here's the others market. This is the altcoin market, basically every other crypto minus the top 10. So it's basically the altcoin market. What had we been talking about? The best buy zone of $280 to $250 billion. Okay, yesterday, and this happened during the day, all the way during the day. So no, I wasn't up late last night. I went to bed early-ish. We had that spike down into the belly of the best buy zone. Then I saw it go all the way down to $217 billion market cap, way below the best buy zone, way below my, and I did have just drawn in here, the line in the sand of my, wherever that was. Was that one? Yeah, here we go, my 230 billion line in the sand. Even below there, massive spike. I did take some positions here. What then happened? I got out of those positions because I just wasn't sure. I was taking a little bit of a risk, and then what I'm fighting with at the moment, I'm fighting with staying patient. Okay, I got in a bit, and only around about. As you know, I've been basically all in USD for a little bit, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The perfect opportunity looks like it came yesterday. Okay, now I didn't catch this spike down here. It was kind of more around this kind of area. Okay, remember like your 250 billion, 240 billion, something like that. Okay, and I got a little bit back in, around about 1/3 roughly of my USD holdings. I put back in. And then I was just watching the market and I was unsure. I was seeing going up and down. And look, I am fallible just like everybody else. And I was seeing it go up to here and went up to here. And I'm like, oh, maybe that's the tick over point back here at the Fibonacci level. And so I just sold back out again. And I just kept telling myself, Joe, remain patient. You are waiting for signals that this is not a dead cat bounce and that we creep over. Now, look on the daily time frame. Probably, I mean, that's gotta be the low. Probably is the low. Okay, but I'm really kicking myself. No, I'm not kicking. I'm kicking myself not because I sold out. I'm okay roughly with that. So I've still got I didn't lose out. So I've still got the same amount of USD. I just kind of broke even as such. But I'm really struggling today to remain patient. Okay, it's just. I'll show you what I mean. So here's what I posted on X earlier today. Being patient is so fucking hard sometimes. You see everyone calling the bottom and buying in, then seeing their posts about their their portfolio, making easy dollars. But you're waiting until the turnaround and up only is confirmed, which it isn't 100% yet, probably not yet, I think. You know it possibly is though, and you are so tempted to get back in, but you also know accepting you won't catch the bottom is part of the smarter game plan. So I'm just really struggling today. And maybe you are too. So let me know how you're feeling. Did you miss the bottom? Are you struggling today? Okay. Did you get liquidated? Oh my goodness. Let me know. Do you have any horror stories? Did you have some naughty leverage long positions? Did you get liquidated or partially liquidated in yesterday's move? Let me know in the replies on X, or let me know in the comments on YouTube right now, either after the replay. Let me just check my things. Anyone get to share? No, okay. No one replied to that, to the stuff yet. So as you can see, I am live on X right now, on YouTube too, on X as well. So where are we? Back here. Yeah, so struggling. Okay, now let's have a look at others. I'll pop on the relative strength index. So huge move. Now this is very clearly that massive move because we did go into extremely, like extremely over the lowest I've seen it in a very long time. Okay, big panic selling right down here, and the leverage longs got taken out like so, auto liquidated. When we got into here, right down in here, I went, oh, that's really interesting. So again, I bought in a little bit, but then I just thought to myself, no, Joe, what happens if this is a relief rally and then we do see lower prices, okay, or even lower from here? This is where I'm struggling. So overnight, I've woken up overnight, and then it's even higher than. So I'm just, oh, come on, bro. Now, here's the thing we need to look out for, though. If I look on the more macro rather than the 4-hour, let's look on the daily. On the daily this is altcoins specifically, not Bitcoin, okay? Altcoins specifically, we're still trending down on the daily time frame. Okay, we haven't moved above any kind of major level. Okay, that gives pause to think that at least a potential tick back down for today or the next day is possible. Okay, maybe a little tick back over, maybe back into the belly of the best buy zone, maybe back into here to match the previous day's spike. Now that would be interesting if we do see some kind of daily move down to there, and then you find sort of settling area. Okay, that's where I'd be really looking at loading up if we get back into this area and it forms some kind of base rather than just a spike. Okay, so we haven't. This is the thing where I'm trying to tell myself, just be patient, Joe, just be patient. We're not out of the woods yet in terms of the daily time frame on the relative strength index. Okay, so you'd want to at least close above there. Call that the halfway mark on the RSI on the daily time frame. On the weekly time frame for the crypto markets for altcoins, look, it's a great spike. Okay, let me get rid of that for a second so you can see it a little bit better. It's a brilliant spike. Now, out of interest, what did we do? This is the weekly time frame, and this is the Fibonacci. Okay, this high and this low. So the peak of the last altcoin season, and the lows of the last altcoin season. Okay, then you've got this $280 billion level, which I had drawn in here. That's the top end of the best buy zone, 280 billion, and you went down to 250. Cool. We on the weekly time frame closed last week at it, opened this week at it, had the spike down, and then now we're back above that 280 billion. That's a decent sign that it's probably the low is in. It's very likely. Okay, the low is in. I'm not ready to say that, we're onwards and upwards from here. Okay, for me, if I was being really conservative, pretty conservative, I would at least need to see it close back above. It's got to close above the $330 billion mark. And that's really me. And it's just, I'm so struggling with this, as you can really tell. I don't want to wait for that. I want to buy now. I want it all now. I want an Oompa Loompa now, Daddy, right? I hope most of you know that reference. Otherwise, that was just weird. I want to buy now. Okay, I want to buy now and do this move, right? Altcoins, and look, it's 12%. It's not much, but in individual crypto could go, that could mean, a lot higher, okay? But yeah, I want to see it at least creep and hold above the $330 billion market cap, okay? Right there. That's what I need to see personally. Something like, I don't know, pick your poison, but that would signal to me, okay, looking much better, okay? If I wanted to be ultra conservative, I'd probably start scaling in at around about your 330 billion. Okay, that's good. Okay, so if we start closing a week above 330 billion, okay, cool. Then the next sort of level would be here at your 300 and see that? That's a big level right there. So that's at the $370 billion mark. That would be a very good confirmation of a change of market structure, okay, back into bull time. Okay, so for me, and I've got to remain patient. It's so hard, man. Are you struggling too? I'm just really struggling. Clear 330 on the weekly time frame. Okay, I'll start scaling in, watching and having, decent, stop losses in place. You start closing above, weeklies above, or maybe even dailies, but weeklies above 370 billion. Okay, then I'm really like, ugh. And then the final hurdle for me, is, I'll pop on all these lines here. We've got the downtrend line. We'll already be over the downtrend line at that point, excuse me. Trend line. Not that one? No, the larger one. Where's my larger one? Oh, that would be good to get above as well. We'll talk about that. I need the larger one. No. Where's my larger one? That's it right there. So we've at least got to creep over there. That's, again, your $325, $330 billion mark. That would be very good news. And there's my $400 billion mark. Oh, there it is right there at your $400 billion. That's like ultimate horizontal line. No, right there. There you go. Final hurdle for new all-time highs alt season. Okay, the real ultra final hurdle is at 400 billion US dollars. Okay, market cap. That's the one that really sets it off. So, struggling as all hell. Okay, we're going to be taking a look at some individual crypto. We'll take a look at Toshi quickly. We'll take a look at ACH quickly, just because I'm watching those specifically. They're ones I want to get back into, etc. But yeah, altcoin market got to clear 330 billion. Where could we tick over here? Yeah, absolutely. On the 4-hour time frame, could we see lower prices and back into that belly of the best buy zone? Yeah, we could. Let me show you the 4-hour. Yeah, okay. You could certainly have a move back down. We're not over key levels. You could certainly have a move, and that would be actually quite healthy to have a move back down in the next 24 hours, back down to, say, testing the $280 billion level, or possibly back down to test this sort of cluster right here. So that would be healthy, okay? And then you would want to see a bounce from there. I would not want, if you don't want to see lower prices from here, which I do, then what would be the major area? Because I want to scoop up the low stuff that I got into but then got out of. You would want to not see it. If you don't want to see it go much lower, you want to see a support level. I would call it right there. Is that pretty easy to see? You don't want to see it break 267 billion US dollars for the altcoin market. Okay, not that you can trade, as far as I'm aware, the others market, but just for the crypto you're particularly looking at. Cool. You don't want to you want to see that hold as support. Okay, that, and then onwards and upwards we go. And you want to see, obviously, this trend line broken and all that other stuff. The 330 is that big one for me. Okay. But if you do want to see lower prices because you want the chance to load up even lower, like I That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Although, again, that wouldn't be confirming that a new bull market is happening. So it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But if you do want to see lower prices, then you want to see that break, that not hold, that act as resistance. And then if you start coming back down to this area, that's much more likely to be taken out. And then 230 billion down. Okay, so then you're talking quite lower for crypto in general. So those are the kind of levels you need to watch out for. I am struggling today to remain patient, but I've got to stick with the plan, baby. And that's why I have this GMS family to keep me on track, and I'll keep you on track as well. Now, if you did snap up a bargain here and you're like, no, that's the low, bro, you're insane, man. Don't wait for confirmation. Okay, just make some money. Like, yeah, fair point, and good luck to you and good on you for catching some of this here, and you'll be in some profit, and that is good. I would suggest just take profits along the way. Cool. Yeah, but we're not out of the woods just yet in the altcoin market. Cool. Let's take a look at some specific things. Quickly, I'm just looking at ACH, Alchemy Pay. This is one on my radar. We'll take a look at XRP, a couple of others, and then a quick look at Toshi, and then we'll get out of here. Cool. Here's ACH. It's just on my radar at the moment. Ah, damn. Again, struggling to be very patient. Oh, man. This is looking all right, I got to say. Interesting. Okay, ACH is now back above my 4-cent getting excited line. And do you remember yesterday I said, if it gets anywhere down to close to that 3-cent mark, I'm a buyer. It didn't get to 3 cents, and I didn't buy. Oh, I did buy some ACH, but then I did sell out of it at around about here, I think it was, before the downtrend line there. But we've seen it make technically a higher spike there, right there to that 4.6 cent level. And we are finding support right there at the 4-cent level, which also happens to be a key Fibonacci. Okay, I'm going to be watching ACH quite closely. So far, so good. While we are above this downtrend line and while we're above the 4-cent mark, I would actually right now even consider this might be an outlier for the general crypto market where this individual crypto, ACH, Alchemy Pay, look into the fundamentals of it. This might be a time where if this starts creeping back higher, and I would say over that sort of 5-cent mark, I would actually look at getting back in, okay, personally, even if the whole crypto market isn't above that sort of 330 billion. This could be one of the outliers, as you do have outliers, okay? So yeah, really interested in that. For ultimate confirmation, though, I'd be wanting to see a clear of 5.2 cents, okay? And as you know, with ACH, there are my final... Not my final, these are my take profit targets along the way, understanding that, of course, it could go hog wild and, you know, go to $1. Of course it could. But on the weekly time frame on ACH, gee, that looks very good, doesn't it? Let me get rid of that. That's a nice weekly spike. You start creeping above right there, that 5.2 cent mark, I am an absolute buyer of ACH, okay? I might be starting to scale in around about now. I'll think about that today. Just got to see what we do in the next 35 minutes when we open, okay? As long as we find support here on the daily at that downtrend line or at that around about here, as long as we find support around here, I might start scaling in. And then I am like full ball all in with the portion of my portfolio into ACH, okay, above 5.2 cents. That's looking really good for then higher moves. And all that stuff that we've talked about, your 7.7 and all that kind of stuff. 15 cents, 25 to 40 cents major profit taking area. Watch my previous videos that I've done on ACH. Cool. That's that one. Let's take a quick look at some of the other major things. They've all done the same thing, okay? Doge went down to, gee, what do you know? My 22-cent line in the sand, okay? That was a key Fibonacci level from the old highs and the old lows. That is the 0.236 of 22 cents. And technically it's at 21.2 cents, and we got down to 20.3 cents, okay? Very obvious area, okay? Now, on Dogecoin, let's quickly look at the relative strength index. On the weekly time frame, it's still in a downtrend, okay? So this doesn't mean we are out of the woods, okay? Still in a downtrend. If I look on the monthly time frame, for Doge, we've been extremely overvalued. and we're trending down. Again, this could be the turnaround, and this is the beautiful move, and onwards and upwards we go. But we are trending down. You can certainly turn around here on a weekly time frame. Yeah, can go into extremely overvalued, get down to a certain, and then turn around. Sure, you can. That's why I'm just trying to remain patient here. On Doge, you've gone probably close enough to extremely overvalued to say that's close enough for Jazz. So that's the bull case for it. XRP, because it is the crossover crypto. 1 second, and then we're going to take a quick look at Toshi, and then that's any other chart requests that I may have. So XRP went all the way down to nearly the top end of my best buy zone. My best buy zone was $1.70 to $1.33. XRP holding up really bloody well, okay? And it looks like, so look at this, through the ASX Trader Good Morning Stackers range of $2.30 to $2.08 roughly, down to my best buy zone, or nearly the top end of the best buy zone, a huge spike. And we're talking, kicking myself, man, it sucks, just struggling. We're talking a, fuck you, 50% move. Yeah, good. And great to see it. Look, it's fantastic. On the daily time frame, that's a beautiful move. Look at that. Oh my God. So it's a green. We're closing in the green potentially this week. We're closing probably in the green, and we're above the $2.60 final hurdle for new all-time highs. All right. So as long as we start closing any week above $2.60, the spikes I can't really, not the spikes, sorry, not the dailies. I've got to close the week above it. So good to see it. Okay. If we can remain above $2.60, that would then new all-time highs coming very, very soon, okay, for XRP. Yeah, anyway, that's XRP. And let's take a look at, for the Toshi fam, damn, son. Let's take a look at Toshi on the daily time frame, priced in US dollars, very quickly, 001. Oh, 0011 nearly. Okay, crap. Yesterday, I redid my best buy zones. Now, this might have been really dumb, although technically we did hit the top end of my best buy zone. So previously, I had them drawn in here at right here at point, ignore this, 0.00075 to 0.00055. It was right about there, okay? That's what my previous one is. Then yesterday, I changed that to move it back down to the 0.0006 to 0.0004 range as the best buy zone. Now, what did we do on the 4-hour time frame? We've had, just like everything else, moved right down. We spiked all the way down to the top end of the new best buy zone, which was at the 0.0006 level. And actually, if you look on the hourly time frame, you can see we actually even went into the belly of the new best buy zone. Right there at 0.000574 Toshi. Since then, nearly a 100% move. Okay. So looking very good for Toshi holders at the moment, but we're probably not out of the woods just yet. That is a 94% move. This is why I'm struggling. And if you're watching this if this is an excerpt, if you're watching this, I've been struggling today because I'm trying to remain patient and wait for confirmation signals that the full downward move is over, okay, and that we're just heading onwards and upwards from here. I'm not there yet, okay? Now, this is possibly the low spike, but I'm just kind of struggling with being patient, okay? But I really need to stick to my guns. Now, let me show you on the daily time frame. This is the relative strength index, okay? We've had a nice bounce. My God, where did we bounce at? Do you remember that? What was that level? Why have I got that drawn in right there? And why did we find that bounce? Is that on the weekly time frame? Yes, it is. Okay, that's on the weekly time frame. Okay, we haven't bounced down to there. But that's forming it there for some reason. Don't know why. Anyway, that looks like a support level right there. So that's good to see. But we're not out of the woods just yet. We've been extremely overvalued for Toshi. That's when we had that sell off before the major move back down, which what happened in the last 24 hours. And for me, we're not back over the major level yet. And for me, that's going to be somewhere around about here. And you can see right here on the Fibonacci, let me get rid of that so you can see that a little bit better. No, right here. The old highs and the old lows. So the previous old high, 0.00075, the previous low of that number, okay? That's the 1.618 Fibonacci extension at 0.00118, okay? We're nearly there. That's probably one area which I would look at. It really needs to clear and hold above, okay? But if I pop this on the sort of more intraday, get rid of you, okay, right there, fib, go away. And do I want, nope, that's not the one I want. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Cool, now I have to pop in a new low, and let's take a quick look at that. So this high and this low. If this is the low, what do I need to see? Let me have a look. And I'm going to do a couple of extra Fibonacci right here. I'm going to take it from this low and this high. Do we have any areas of confluence? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. This high and this low on the daily. Yeah, let's have a quick look. Yeah, I do. That is right here. Here's my area of confluence. Okay, that is right at, what do you know? It's that 0.00145 level again. Okay, that's it for me. That's going to be the final hurdle, probably to say that it's probably onwards and upwards from here. Okay, so I'm going to pop it right there at that confluence, and I'm going to pop in a horizontal line. And that's going to be it for me. You need to at least close above 0.00145 in order to say that the it's not a dead cat bounce and that we move onwards and upwards from here. So call it close enough for jazz, right? So let's see, 00145, final hurdle, new all-time highs soon. Cool? Got to see at least probably clear above there. So if I get rid of you and get rid of you, let's have a look at that. Does that make rough sense? And ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly done with the Toshi, and then we'll be talking about some other stuff. Yeah, that's about right now. Based on this high and this low, I've got to see it start closing above there. Closing a week. Now again, please understand, not spiking. You can have a daily spike up to there. Okay, easy, right? But if it doesn't close the day, and probably on Toshi, I'm more talking about on the daily time frame rather than the weekly time frame. Okay, yeah, so at least close a day above that 145 level, and then we'll start talking about potential high prices for Toshi. But we're not out of the woods just yet. Okay, it's great to see that some of you possibly bought the low here and made nearly 100% move. If you have bought the low here and you've nearly made a 100% move, you might want to consider taking out your initial investment. Okay, let's see. On the hourly time frame, we have not gone yet into extremely overvalued. You can go into that area. On the 15 minutes, 15 minute, however, we've been extremely overvalued already, and we're now in the normal range. This can tick over. So that's why I'm saying we're not out of the woods yet for Toshi. We're not out of the woods yet for crypto in general. I am struggling with being very patient. Okay, very struggling at the moment because I'm just seeing everything go boop, 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 boop. But we've got to get over certain final hurdles. If we start clearing and holding above, and on the 15 minute, you could almost, yeah, it's close enough, right? Around about here is good, okay? Around about